Yes, for being tall and being light-skinned is much more preferred, and having large eyes is better. When you walk through Cabramatta, you get lots of advertisements for people with light skin. They have models of light-skinned people.
My lucky number. I graduated after 4 years. Just before my 4th interview, I realized that the obstacle to obtain my dream job was my skin.
Discover Fair and Lovely multivitamin with 4 essential vitamins, B3, E, A and C, for total fairness.
Lemma reporting live from Egypt.
Great job. What are you doing at 4?
I told you 4 is my lucky number.
Fair and Lovely multivitamin for total fairness.
When I was younger, yes, my mum used to give me this cream that will make your skin look more pale and pearly, I guess. She told me it was for pimples, but I think she really actually wanted my skin to be lighter.
Have you ever felt pressure to use those sort of products?
I did when I was younger. It's pretty much ingrained in the Indian culture that the lighter skinned you are, the more beautiful you are. And I used to find when I would go outside and be outdoors with my friends and get darker, when I came back home my parents would go, "Oh, you've been out in the sun. Like, don't spend so much time out in the sun." And so I did try the products, but I didn't like them because I found that they made my skin really dry. And as I got older, I just kept thinking, why should I be trying to change my skin colour? It's natural. It's me going out in the sun and getting a tan like everybody else. And the older I got, I did more research on it and I found that there were actually quite harmful ingredients in some of these products. So that just turned me off them completely.
This is the cream, yes, that my mum made me use. It's called Top Gel. Extra Pearl Cream, there it is.
Did it take any effect on your skin?
I noticed it did make my skin lighter, so yes, my skin is a little lighter on my face compared to my neck when I look at it these days. Because I haven't actually grown up with those sort of values, my mum did push it, but she didn't push it too much. Like, she never told me that a man won't marry me because I didn't have light skin. She just preferred light skin.
And what about safety?
Well, there is some question regarding the safety of one of the most used ingredient called hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is very controversial. It was banned in Europe in 2001 on the basis that it can cause cancer.
Have you ever been teased by another member of your ethnic group about your skin colour?
I haven't been teased, but I have been called that dark Asian girl, like, or the dark one. If they're trying to point out to someone in the group who I am, they will say the dark one.
So have you ever considered staying out of the sun to avoid tan? So like, you don't want to go to the beach, you don't want to go swimming, you don't want to play sports?
Not me in particular. I actually love tanning. But I have a lot of friends who have definitely thought that. I had a pretty pale friend of mine. She will go to the beach. She will go to the beach with us, but she refused to tan, so she'll use the highest sunscreen out there, and then she'll lay on the beach with a towel on her head for the entire time.
I think about that.
I think it's quite ridiculous because we live in Australia and we don't have those sort of titles. Like, skin colour usually doesn't affect how superior you are.
Do you get confused about the whole tanning, how Australian culture is all about having a tan, where like Asians just don't want to tan at all?
Yeah, it is quite confusing because in Australia it doesn't matter, but I know that in Asia, having a tan means that you work in the fields, and that's considered a low status compared to someone with light skin who doesn't see the sun, probably will work in an office or as a dancer, or yeah, and that makes you like be considered more high status.